Hollywood has shown Los Angeles being destroyed countless times in movies. From earthquakes to alien invasions, the city has been the backdrop for many apocalyptic scenarios. But these fictional tales pale in comparison to the real-life disaster that struck in 2025. But in 2025, reality struck harder than fiction. The fires that year were unlike anything the city had ever seen. Flames roared through neighborhoods, consuming everything in their path. When devastating fires engulfed the city, it was a scene straight out of a nightmare. Firefighters worked tirelessly, but the sheer scale of the inferno made their task nearly impossible. Let's understand what happened and why. The fires were not just a natural disaster, they were a consequence of a series of unfortunate events and human actions. In January 2025, multiple fires ravaged Los Angeles. The fires started in different locations almost simultaneously, overwhelming the city's emergency response systems. Over 40,000 acres burned, 24 lives were lost, and over 12,000 buildings were destroyed. The scale of destruction was unprecedented, leaving the city in ruins. A staggering 180,000 people were displaced, with estimated damages soaring to $50 billion. The most shocking part, this catastrophe unfolded during what is typically LA's wettest month. This happened during winter, typically LA's wettest month. Why did this happen? The answer lies in a combination of climate change and local weather patterns. Record-breaking temperatures in 2024, severe drought conditions, and those infamous Santa Ana winds made the fires worse. The dry conditions created a tinderbox, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. Global temperatures rose 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels, making 2024 the hottest year ever recorded. This increase in temperature exacerbated the drought, creating perfect conditions for wildfires. NASA scientist Peter Kalmus had warned about this, even moving away from LA in 2022 due to safety concerns. His predictions unfortunately came true as the city faced one of its worst disasters. The shocking truth is that just 57 companies are responsible for 80% of global emissions. These emissions have significantly contributed to the climate crisis, making events like the LA fires more frequent and severe. Major oil companies knew about climate change 50 years ago. Despite this knowledge, they chose to prioritize profits over the planet, leading to the current climate emergency. They actively suppressed renewable energy development and funded misinformation campaigns. These actions delayed the transition to cleaner energy sources, worsening the climate crisis. These corporations continue to lobby against climate action, putting profits over people and the planet. Their influence has hindered meaningful progress in addressing climate change. So, what can we do? The power to change lies in our hands. By supporting climate activism and making our voices heard, we can push for the necessary changes. Support climate activism, voice opposition to destructive projects, and demand corporate accountability. Every action counts, no matter how small it may seem. Push for a transition to renewable energy and join local environmental movements. Together we can create a sustainable future for the next generations. The time to act is now, before more cities face LA's fate. We must learn from this disaster and take proactive steps to prevent future tragedies. Thanks for watching and stay safe out there. Remember, our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow.